Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Market Update. I'm your host, Allison Ankerstar, and today we'll be talking about Top Gun's opening weekend, the new social media app BeReal, and the resurgence of NIO stock. But before we begin, as a reminder, this is a financial education presentation and should not be construed as personal financial advice. Full disclaimer information is available at ankerstarwealth.com. Good morning, Steve. Top Gun Maverick opened this weekend and was a huge success. What's your take on this blockbuster sequel?
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Hollywood, Florida. Alice and I are down here for an investing conference. Candace as well for the week called RIA Edge, which features Robert Schiller, Rick Edelman, Michael Kitces. They're all here. This whole conference is about independent advisors such as myself, how we can better run our operations, how we can better serve our clients, how we can better invest. Because a lot of times we're operating out on our own versus a big broker dealer that has all those resources at their fingertips. So that's why we're here, all to be able to serve you better. But the question Allison asked was about Top Gun, and I love the movie. I thought it was fantastic, but let's close this out by just saying, how did it do this weekend after its opening weekend? Well, Tom Cruise broke his own record. He's never had a $100 million opening weekend with any of his movies, including all the Mission Impossibles, which were all pretty darn good movies. But yeah, so he broke his own record. But overall, since the pandemic, it's actually was fourth. It's really the first non-superhero or the best non-superhero movie, if you will. You had Spider-Man No Way Home, the Doctor Strange one, and then the Batman all outperformed Top Gun Maverick. But that's okay, right? This is kind of a unique niche, if you will, film that targets a certain audience that saw it back in the day. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the movie.
Next, BeReal is the latest social media app sweeping the country. Is this an investment opportunity?
Well, so here we are. We land last night and we're on the beach, and Allison and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna snap a couple pics for this new app called BeReal. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I wake up the next morning, it's on CNBC. It was the latest buzzy social media app. So Allison, in your own words, you tell us what BeReal, why is it different?
Well, my friend actually, she was using BeReal for the longest time, and I was like so against it for some reason. I was like, oh no, that looks kind of boring. And she was like, oh no, like just get it and try it out. And so I did. And so it snaps a picture of your face, and it also snaps a picture of whatever's behind you. And it gives you one notification every single day at a random time. So it's like BeReal, show what you're doing. So it's like a real social media platform.
Yeah, so that's a unique idea, right? It prompts you to make sure you post something, which is kind of cool, kind of sticky, if you will. I did look at it real quick. I think overall, my own personal opinion is this thing has got no staying power. And that's an opinion. And maybe I'm biased from Allison's comments as well, because she made similar comments last night. But the company's being reported valued at 600 million. What on earth are you going to value this on? So it's founded in 2020. It's popular, but they're not advertising on it yet. And, look at the Snapchat saga. It took forever to advertise, but Snapchat, it's super sticky, right? It's fun. I don't know if it'll be around forever, but it's fun. You can, you have where your friends are, you can make groups. It's all kind of cool, but we'll see. I think that it's unique. BeReal is unique, but I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be around in, I'd say maybe 2 years. I'd say more of a, be serious instead of BeReal. But anyhow, it's interesting, Facebook studies these things, right? And other apps study this. If they find it useful, they will merely mimic the concept of sending you a notification once a day to take a real-time picture, right? There's no copyright infringement on that. You can't say, that's stealing, even though it is kind of borrowing the idea heavily. But I do think that this thing will either get bought or, the other apps will simply mimic it like they have all the other cool features, and the universe of social media apps will be better for it. But yeah, the jury's out on BeReal overall.
Last, Chinese EV maker NIO is making a comeback. Is ticker NIO a buy, sell, or hold?
Well, that China's been under lockdown for COVID, and now, of course, monkeypox is floating around, which we haven't even really talked about. And I don't know, the time will be right to talk about that if it starts to reach a pandemic sort of, level sort of thing. But for right now, China is easing the lockdowns. They also, last week dumped or pledged to either put the money to work or they pledged to put the money to work. I can't remember exactly, back into their economy. So a lot of the Alibabas of the world and NIO, a lot of the Chinese stocks took a jump last week, and they're jumping this morning too, as we go into the shortened 4-day week here. If you're not familiar with NIO, it's one of many, but I would say it is from a cool factor. And, life's not about a cool factor, but from a cool factor, they're the best cars over there. So honestly, I think it is the best of the rest, if you will, not named Tesla, right? You got Tesla as your leader, but I think NIO is right there with it. I do have it in the book. I have some folks that have been in this for a long, long time. If you want to follow along a house of pain, it got up to 50 back last year. A year ago, it's down all the way, hit 15. Now it's jumping to 17. I do believe it's up this morning, 5.67% after being, so 10% in the past 2 market days. But back the chart out, and here you go. Here's the fun part. The folks that I have in it are in the, the $5 range. So they've taken the entire ride up to 60. We did sell some there, but of course we didn't sell all of it. We didn't even sell half of it. And then took this entire ride back down. So when you look at this chart and the history and what China is doing with its economy, I'm very bullish on NIO. I think it bottomed here and that it's only going to go higher. I'm not telling you it's going to go to 60 tomorrow, but I do think it's going to start that stair step higher. So, but let me say this before you hop in, this is a risky stock. Anything in China, something can happen. China invades Taiwan. We declare war against China. Obviously, stocks are going to crater to almost zero if that happens. So, you are taking the risk. But if you're okay with the risk, I think NIO and is a pretty good way to get exposure to China if you want.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Please submit your questions as a comment through social media or directly to our email at vipservices@ankerstarwealth.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get daily updates. That's all we have for today's show. I'm Allison Ankerstar, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.